Hello, welcome to the review where I watch all the garbage so y'all don't have to. Thanks for clicking on the link. I appreciate it. Today's video is about Ji Jinping's New Year's speech where he said that no one can stop the reunification of China and Taiwan. Paul Bet David is reporting on it here.
两岸同胞一家亲，谁也无法隔断我们的血脉亲情，谁也不能阻挡祖国统一的历史大势。
Sure, everybody.
You rarely hear this
said,
guy.
But, Chinese Jesus declared no one can stop the historical trend of the national reunification, one family. In 2024, China escalated military pressure on Taiwan, conducting near daily air and sea operations, 2 rounds of war games, and a naval show of force after Taiwan's presidential Lai Ching-te, labeled a separatist by Beijing, stopped in Hawaii and Guam. China warned against separationist act and vowed future actions if necessary. Tensions with the U.S. remain high as Washington continues arms sales to Taiwan under the Taiwan Regulation Act. Beijing, which has not renounced the use of force to claim Taiwan, imposed sanctions on the U.S. military suppliers and warned against U.S.-Taiwan military ties. Tom.
So you heard him there. China is even like going after the United States suppliers in this case, putting sanctions on U.S. Military suppliers. I don't know what effect that'll have, but I believe he's also made threats that we need to not be involved, basically. And the scary part is he can follow through with a lot of things, being that we have so much made there, whether it's cutting off our antibiotics, cutting off our phones, the actual products themselves, some of the chips that get made there. We have way too many products made in China, and everybody in the United States really needs to get it in their head that this is bad. It's really bad to be buying stuff from a bunch of nut jobs in a communist country. And the amount of product that we get from them puts us in a very precarious situation. Very precarious. Y'all need to talk to your congressman, write them, call them, stop in their office, and tell them we need to stop having our critical products made in China. They can be made in Mexico. They can be made in Brazil. They can be made in India, anywhere but China. Because I'm telling you, we're asking for it, having this stuff made in China. We are asking for it.
I'm with you 100%. Because, Pat, when he says no one can stop China, that one is us. He's talking directly to us. Who else is even interested in that situation?
Stop
it's
it.
us. You know what I mean? He's talking shit to us.
And that's a good point. That is exactly who he's talking to, and possibly the UN as well. Even though we all know the UN is trash, they don't do shit. They're just a paper tiger as far as I'm concerned, the UN. But he is talking to the United States when he says no one can stop it. He's talking to us.
I think this is all a big distraction by Xi. This whole thing with Taiwan, I think Taiwan to China is Ukraine to Russia. Russia's economy is falling apart right now. China's economy, since COVID, you see what's going on right there? Do you see the article in the Wall Street Journal? By the way, shout out to the Wall Street Journal. They do a great job on this topic.
Yeah, we've been covering this for months. About tearing down buildings that were overbuilt, all that.
Loss of wealth, what's going on. China's economy is burdened by years of excess. Here's how bad it really is. Here's what's going on in China. GDP is going lower. Debt is going higher. Youth employment higher. We've covered the birth rates on this, right, PBD? About how there's an aging population. I think they were just surpassed by India as the most populated country in the world. Declining birth rates. They had a massive housing bubble. How do I, as an American, know that the biggest company in real estate that in China is called Evergrande, right? Why do I know that name? Because they were building these ghost cities that nobody moved into. Rob, there's graphs down there if you want to show that article. Debt, bankruptcies, and historic loss of wealth. If you keep scrolling down, you see a couple graphs here. Here it is right there. What their GDP was supposed to be in 2015 and the 2019 forecast, look where it is now. Basically, 120, half of what it was supposed to be. If you keep going down a little bit further, China's working age population changed from a year earlier. Now they're in the negative right here. So China is basically, they've been called a paper tiger. They were a sleeping giant. They were awakened thanks to Nixon and manufacturing. COVID has destroyed China. People are
Yeah, I mean, China, I agree with them in one way. China does not have a strong enough navy to really mess with us right now. But where they can kill us is economically. The production of things that we need, like antibiotics and a lot of medicines, are made in China. And that's a huge problem. That's where the problem lies. I'm not afraid of China militarily at all, but we have so much stuff manufactured there and it needs to stop. So that's as far as we're going to go, people. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. I'll see you next time. Cheers.